Jamal Niaz here, delighted to be joined by the legend himself, Ricky Hatton. Busy start to the year. You got Chloe on tonight's card on Lyndon Arthur's Channel 5 bill, and then Campbell's returning very quickly on Anthony Joshua's card next week. So what's it been like starting this year?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. You know, we come out of the lockdown, didn't we, where nobody got fights and that, but this year it's all been a really good start. I was actually here last week with Bayan Cali and Jack Murphy. They had the second pro fights, both won, both impressed. Here tonight with Chloe, looking to keep her unbeaten run going. Massive expectations for Chloe. I think everyone's going to be really impressed with her again tonight. And then sadly, I'm in Dublin next week with Brett McGinty, who's having his 7th professional fight, which sadly means I'm going to miss Campbell's fight for the second time on the bounce, really. So I'm a little bit cheesed off with that, but been seeing Campbell in the gym, you know, be speaking to Matthew, and he's looking really good. He's ready to go. I think his last performance was a pretty decent one, and fighting regular is what he needs in it, you know, in order to improve, keep improving.
I've not really seen you since the exhibition bout, and that was an incredible night. Just on reflection now, how amazing was that? And then we talked a bit about the hand situation. Can you just explain to people that don't know what's happened with your hand, and was that impacted by that exhibition bout as well? Was there pain after that?
No, it wasn't. It was not too bad, to be honest with you. There's a disease that you can get. I think it's called Dupuytren structure, where you don't have to be a boxer, but I mean, it can go to more people that use their hands for a living over a number of years. And what it is I got like a nuptial on my hand. And then it started, then I got one in my finger, then I got another one on my hand. And when it done, it can make your fingers creep in like that. So luckily I got all my fights finished by the end of the year. I was able to get my exhibition in, but my fingers were starting to go like that. So when I was holding the pads, it was quite difficult. But it's quite a serious operation, to be honest with you. They put me to sleep in order to do it, and I woke up and my hand was sort of like stitched like that. And I looked at it, I thought, Jesus, I'm never going to hold another pad or throw another glove again. But no, it's healed good, you know, fingers are straight. I've still got to do a little bit of physio myself, you know, straighten it, bend it. But I'm back in the gym and back hitting with it and back holding the pads. But I was worried for a short period of time, yeah.
Because, you know, all the questions even before the exhibition bout was, are you going to have more? Has that kind of put those plans on hold if you were to have any other plans of exhibition bouts in the future?
No, not at all. I'm hitting the bag as good as ever. You know, I've kept on top of things. Not for the purpose of doing another exhibition. Just, I mean, I shouldn't have been putting all that weight on when I was 24, so I can't afford to be doing it anymore when I'm 44. So it was a bit of a lifestyle change for me. I'm keeping my weight off, you know. But as far as my hand goes, you know, if an exhibition comes along, I'll look at it because of how successful the last one was. But as far as my hand goes, no, it's back cooking on gas, as they say.
I know you saw the comments that Floyd was making about you, just reflecting about that amazing night in Vegas. He fought recently in an exhibition bout of his own. Just looking back on those memories and seeing how active he is, you know, that would make sense for him to come over to Manchester and do that fight in the arena again, exhibition bout, to recreate that atmosphere, wouldn't it?
You know, that's, you know, whether it floats Floyd's boat, as they say. I mean, I'm not bothered if I don't do another one, to be honest with you. You know, it's been well documented how I've struggled with my mental health, and over the years, you know, very depressed over the years, went through some really bad times, you know, and it made me come back, and it ended in defeat, but I moved me on with my life since then. And then the exhibition is another one on. I'm in such a nice place now, you know. If an exhibition, whether it be Floyd or whether it be anyone, I'm not really too bothered. If it does, I'll look at it. But if it doesn't, the main thing is Ricky Hatton's in a nice place now.
And I know you and your son are close with the Benns, Nigel and Conor. It's been quite chaotic, hasn't it? Seeing everything that's happened, the Piers Morgan interview, and then Eddie Hearn going on TalkSport recently. What have you made of the whole thing, and just what's your stance on everything at the moment?
Well, I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, you know, there's so many, you know, things that can be in protein bars. So many things can be in milkshakes. I think Canelo found something in his steak, you know, and you know, a lot of people do have eggs in the diet, you know. So you know, that's where that comes from. But you know, I believe Conor, you know, I mean, from a proper fighting family, you know what I mean, and it's nice to see him clear his name. I think, you know, I believe he wasn't guilty, and but having said that, I get why a lot of people are a little bit, you know, suspect, but I mean, at the end of the day, he's been cleared, and Conor will redeem himself and prove himself to British fans from where he goes on from here in his career. You know, he's got a chance to fight again, and I've no doubt he'll go and do us all proud.
Do you think when the eventual conclusion comes to this, because the thing that's the talk at the moment is a British boxing board, he is in a legal dispute with them. He can't fight in Britain at the moment, but he can fight overseas. And obviously, prior to all this, he was a big fan favourite in this country. And his dad and Eddie Hearn have said, if you've got this 200 or so page dossier to prove your innocence, just give it to the British Boxing Board and it can all be done with. But he's got an issue with the way he was treated.
We've just got to watch this space. I mean, hopefully we'll get to the bottom of it, you know. And Conor, I think there's no doubt, I think we're proud of being British, me, Nigel, Conor. And, you know, eventually he'll I've no doubt he'll want to have the backing of the British public behind him again. The British Boxing Board of Control, who want the backing of that behind him again, and he just got to take a little bit more time to get the ins and outs and get to the bottom of it, I guess.
Tyson Fury as well. It's disappointing news this week, isn't it? The Fury Usyk fight. You know, you've been a massive part of that team over the years as well. Did you think that the fight was going to happen when the 70-30 split was supposedly agreed?
I don't know, because I know myself. It took a while to get the Mayweather fight over the line with myself, but I mean. I mean, I've no doubt that the fighters want to fight each other, but I mean, it's very, very frustrating, because even though I'm a boxing trainer and a boxing manager, I'm a boxing fan, and you know, there's all this going on social media. You know, Usyk's going on saying this, and Tyson on going saying that. Then you've got Frank on, then you've got everyone on, and it's. I don't know if it's a social media thing. It's a world I didn't come from. You know what I mean? You know, you went in the world to fight the best, and you think, you know, eventually someone's got to give a little give and take and a little bit of a bend here and there. But at the minute, it doesn't seem like there's no give. And if this fight doesn't take place, you know, the Tyson and AJ, or the Tyson Usyk, or AJ Usyk, if these fights don't happen, it's a terrible shame for our sport, isn't it? You know, you've got, you know. We've got YouTubers fighting boxers, and we've got MMAs fighting this, and we've got everything like that. And you know, so we're playing catch up to these these farcical fucking fights. To be honest with you, you know what I mean? And you know, you can't get the Spence and what's the name fight, Spence and Crawford fight. Can't get on. Can't get Tyson and Usyk on. We can't get that on. You know what I mean? UFC and YouTubers and MMA, everyone's overtaking us.
Tag team boxing.
Yeah, tag team boxing. I've never heard so much shit in all my life. Oh my God!
Not expecting you and Campbell to tag team anytime soon.
Absolutely, no chance. No, but we're thinking of going in a Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? What a load of bollocks.
Final one, obviously. So the Fury Usyk fight doesn't happen. Who should both of those guys fight next?
I think maybe why not do a tournament? I think it was Sam Jones I heard today on Instagram. Why don't they go in a tournament? And you know, the four of you's in the tournament. You know, the winners two fight each other. So the two winners fight will get that purse. The two runner-ups fight each other. They'll get that purse. And then and do it like, you know, so you can have, you know, he's the first, he's the second, he's the third, and you know, they say about rematch clauses. Then each of them's got two fights. I know it sounds dead easy doing it that way. I think that's the only, because otherwise, if they don't come up with something like that, I don't think they're going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, we'll stay tuned and see what happens. As always, pleasure to speak to you, Ricky, and thanks so much for your time. Thanks, you, mate.